800 likes, enough to create a village. I don't know if you ever heard of these places where you pay money to supposedly get spooked inside. They are created to scare your soul out of your body with some idiot dressing like a living zombie, mimic some paranormal activities, and so on. The only thing these places scares is my wallet. But even if they can't do shit to move a nerve in me, one thing for sure is that the chances of it being haunted are high. I mean, come on, all of this decoration and demonic symbols gonna be wasted for nothing. Of course, some demon would like to bring some hoes inside and have a party. So even if the next clips are staged, the place could still be haunted. Even if it's not, it is. Whether you like it or not. So, what are we dealing with here? You the viewer are dealing with nothing. You're sitting your ass. What could it be you're dealing with? But our lady here is watching the door open on its own. Not that crazy. Then how about doing a prank on a ghost behind a curtain, only to be pranked by the ghost? Sounds stupid. Then how about an oven opening wide like these guys who do fake reactions on scary videos? That's more interesting.
Okay. Let's see if it does it again. What the fuck? So, I'm watching this study game. There's guests in the other room. This is the second room. And the chandelier just starts going. There isn't like a breeze in there or anything. The AC's turned off. I don't understand what the... I've seen this happen like twice now. But, oh no. No. Absolutely not. No. I don't want to watch this game anymore. Okay, so I'm watching the cameras, and I think I just saw Haley go behind the green screen, so I think I'm gonna try to see if I can scare her first. What the f***? Hello? So this happened. Door opens by itself. But you know what? Maybe it just wasn't closed all the way. So our employee Dylan comes into the mid lobby and sees the door open, and he's like, I'm pretty sure I actually already closed this, but he closes it again, walks back up to the lobby to finish opening everything up, like turning everything on and stuff. I fast forward here because nothing really happens, but watch this. Door fully opens by itself again. Dylan, he's the only person in the building at this point, so he comes back and goes, what? He's scared because how did this door open by itself? He closes it, and makes his way to the back to wait for someone else to show up because what the heck just happened?
By the time she reached the door, whoever was behind it would be already in a different country, to a cheat, had 3 minutes with her, only so she could cheat on him later and take half of his money. A teacher decided to set up a camera to record a teaching session with his students. Sounds very lovely so far. You almost feel cuddly. So how did the session go? Very nicely, thanks for your concern. I wish we had more time though. Anyway, things didn't go so well in fact, so I was bullshitting at the beginning. I mean, wasn't it obvious? Before the session started, according to the source, they have had many occurrences where they found objects thrown away and different things missing, which in my opinion is a lame excuse for the security guard who is too scared to check when he hears a noise. Now let's get to the legendary meeting. The teacher started off very confidently, dropping knowledge on these students' balls, which a lot of them were females, so I leave that to your imagination. As he was speaking, a file moved across the table. The teacher stood his ground as if this happens every day, but I'm telling you from experience, his stomach was having a fight with his anus trying to push these feces out. Another file slides, and he called it a day immediately. So we can say that the fight in his body ended, and his stomach came on top. His pants went darker than Disney. After they all left the room, the party kept going.
I'll send this on tonight.
Okay guys, remember what I said this morning then? Said the camera's not there. That's just there so that my boss can see what we've been doing in our lessons. Right, what were we talking about this morning? What have we been doing this morning?
Safety in the community.
Excellent, thanks. Yeah, safety in the community. Okay, good, Stephen. So we've been talking about dangers that we might face when we're out and about. What dangers might we bump into? Stephen, don't do that, please. It's distracting.
You wouldn't me.
Right, okay, well, whoever it was, don't do that, please. Go on.
Drugs.
Drugs, excellent, yeah, drugs. Okay, so that's one thing. Someone give me another one then.
Strangers.
Strange.
I just moved out as well.
It definitely seemed that way, didn't it? Right, what we're going to do, we need to... I tell you what, guys, let's just go out for a minute. Follow me.
When I looked at one of the students, and from the reaction, she was like, I told this idiot we can't have a session here. Why did he have to man up? To act like he has big balls. We all saw how tiny they are. You would be surprised to know that the previous place is much more active and haunted than the cemetery in the upcoming video. Like it's a cemetery, you know. A lot of dead people, a lot of weirdos come here to do stupid shit, such as our fellas here, who I would take the pleasure to name them what I hope their parents named them, Josh and Tomas. They both went to this cemetery that according to them is a special one, and I won't argue, cause I had to go frame by frame to finally find the section where they said what kind of place it is. I couldn't tell. To make things clear, Tomas is the guy holding an oversized hairdryer, looks more like a vacuum gun. Josh is the no matchies guy who senses the activity and tapes it. So what did they do here? I don't know. I have no idea what they wanted. Even they didn't know what they want. At one point they want to do a communication, and at another point they want to create a crucifix of fire to get a cool shot. But all they got is a chair moving, some leaves vibrating on their own, a bottle doing a backflip that I wish I could do, and another chair sliding.
Vuelve a preguntar.
Hola, ¿hay alguien aquí? Manifiéstese. Hola. Se me hace tan sospechoso el bote.
Uy. Uy, una niña, güey, una niña. Uy, una niña, güey. ¿Qué fue eso? Aquí se escuchó. A ver, pasó una rata, güey. A ver, pasó una rata. A ver, pasó una rata, un animal. Sí se escuchó como si hubieran tirado algo. ¡Mira! ¡Jesús, Jesús, Jesús! Se cayó algo, güey. Se cayó algo. Lo grabé, lo grabé, lo grabé. Lo grabé, güey. Se acaba de caer. Ay. Uy, güey. Uy, güey, perdón. Fui yo. Se cayó algo, güey. Se acaba de caer algo. Eso, el trapeador. El trapeador se cayó, güey. No lo agarres con la mano. Arrástralo para acá con el pie. Sí, güey. Te lo juro, güey. Se cayó, carnal. Te lo juro que se cayó.
Si hay un ser oscuro, manifiéstese.
Uy, ¿escuchaste? Se escuchó acá, güey. ¿Eres un demonio? ¿Qué dijo? Dijo un nombre. A lo mejor dijo un nombre de un demonio o un nombre de una mujer. ¿Eres un demonio? Coja, no sé qué dice así, güey. ¿Quién eres? Contéstanos de nuevo, ¿eres un demonio? Mira. Se movió la silla, güey. Aguas, Jesús. Se movió la silla, güey. ¿Lo viste? Clarito lo vi, güey. Mira, se movió la silla, güey. Ten cuidado. Agarra la radio. Apágala.
Eduardo. Mira. Eduardo, ahí. ¿Oíste, tronó? ¿Fuiste tú?
El Padre, el Hijo, el Espíritu Santo. Queremos ver las manifestaciones, las entidades que se encuentran aquí. Quiero que se aparezcan, se manifiesten en este momento. En nombre del Padre, Hijo, Espíritu Santo, amén. Acérquense, energías.
Sí. Mira.
No hay aire, ¿eh?
Mira. Ahí nomás. Y arriba no hay nada, mira. En ni un lado más. Aquí hay energía. ¿Hay alguien aquí?
Se ve bien tétrica la silla esa, güey.
Hola.
Se desenfoca.
¿Sí?
Se desenfoca. Como que a veces una entidad. Mira, se cayó el bote. Se cayó el vato, güey. Se cayó el bote, güey. ¿Viste que se cayó? No mames, güey. Güey, me está temblando la mano, güey.
Eso fue una agresión, güey.
¿Qué madre fue eso, güey? Mira, güey, eso se movió. Se movió, güey. Se movió al lado de mí, güey. Uy, no mames. Se movió al lado de mí, güey. Ay, no seas mamón, güey. Se movió esa madre, güey. Ay, no, ya apaga esa madre, güey. Se movió esa madre, güey. Ay, Dios mío. Estaba al lado de mí, güey. Se movió clarito, güey. No sé si pude captarlo. No, güey. Eso se movió, güey.
What's with Spanish people in cemeteries? Or these investigators who speak Spanish? All of them seem to have some bond with cemeteries. I bet if you want to find a missing person there, you will find them hanging at some cemetery. I don't know why the next girl looks exactly like the girl in the first video on this list. I even had to check if she was her or not. These masks tricked a lot of people. Anyway, she is one of those who lives in a haunted house on TikTok. Her house is not TikTok, but it's a TikToker. I shared some of her videos a long time ago, so what are we about to witness this time? First of all, talk about yourself please, I have already witnessed it on my own. And second of all, this time you will take a closer look at her bathroom. So what are you gonna be doing there? Learning how to take a shit. OnlyFans teases. Paranormal activity. She filled the bathtub with water, so you know that there is no one behind the curtains, because if there was, you would hear water splashes. So did the curtain move then? Yeah, how did you figure that out all on your own? You're growing, my child. But the lights also flicker. If I show you my bathroom light, you won't pee for the next 3 days. Outside the bathroom, there is a drawer opening and an object dealing with teenage-level depression, so it threw itself.
So, I just recorded a video in my bathroom about the situation that happened the other day about the shower curtain. And little disclaimer here before I show you that. This is the only light switch for this bathroom. Like, there's no light switch out here on the wall or over there. There's no other light switch. This is the only one for this bathroom. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. Hey guys, back in the bathroom again. So as you saw in the video the other day, something happened with the shower curtain. So we're gonna have a look at it and see if there's anything in the shower this fine day. So we looked in here last time and there wasn't.
Now the bathroom is very tight, so if there was in fact someone there, he might slide out, but he would be crushed. And I'm not judging anyone here, but I'm just saying, sometimes you got to sacrifice in order to reach the best quality. A very polite, sweet, and cuddly security guard was sitting in his chair doing some private stuff, looking at websites that his wife would be very mad about if she finds out, even though she might be doing the same if not even worse, but double standards. Anyway, this is not the exposed video. He exposed himself when he almost went back home before finishing his shift once a chair moved on its own. Look, I understand that you're scared and shit, but as a grown man whose job relies on being brave and secure, that shouldn't be enough to call for assistance. And on a ghost, where do they find people like this? A normal dude was lying on his bed sleeping like any normal everyday dude would do. That's all until he hears a noise. And what would be his first action? grab some heavy shit in case he finds an intruder so he can defend himself. Instead, grab your camera to tape the incident and grab the lightest funky thing you can find, thinking that grabbing something heavy may slow your speed. Whatever that pink dildo-like thingy was, it flew out of nowhere. The video starts with us looking at his leg, not trying to attract the mates out there. Then, just as I said about the dildo, later he tells his wife and son his last words in case he doesn't come back, as if they gave a fuck, and why would the intruder take you out and leave your family? He had already started a streak. So we go downstairs to find the guitar jiggling on the wall. Interesting, then the lamp joins the party. That's not bad. And lastly, we end up with the closet door going crazy. And the guy still hasn't switched the lights on.
Ay, cabrón, no mames. Amor. Se escuchan ruidos abajo, voy a bajar. Amor. Cabrón. Ay, cabrón. Ay, no seas mamón. ¿Qué pedo? Ay, güey. No mames. Ay, cabrón. ¿Qué pedo? Ay. No seas mamón, no seas mamón.
At my introduction, I said he was sleeping with his wife and kid. I didn't say that particularly, but I meant that, so don't charge like a bull at me. Anyway, I'm not sure if that's his wife, but I assumed that. I mean, you can't tell me that he put together a pile of blankets to look like a woman just to make his adopted son feel like he has a mom. If you live in a house that happened to be haunted, the first thing you think of is moving out. For you at least. For me, I won't have a first thought and a second thought. I go straight up for selling it. Let the spiritualists do their job away from me. I don't care. Even if there is a family heritage that I should have kept, I can think of 3 good reasons why it's better to move out. So our guy, who also was introduced in this channel before, he had enough of the paranormal activity in his house. After so many chairs moving and a ghost showing off on his security camera, trying to show who owns the house, and after messing with the lights, and so many orbs flying, and even trying to get physical with the man, according to him of course, and I don't know his name because he never announced it. But as a guy who works here like an adoption center, we also like to give them some cool names, so I will call him Tony. In one of the clips, Tony is hearing footsteps behind him, until he felt like someone just touched his shoulder or something like that, so I assumed that the spirit could be bisexual. So after all of this activity and many more that he has dealt with for years, he finally decided to call it a day and move out. It took him so long.
I closed my eyes because it looked like it turned and looked at me. So I just feel I couldn't see. And I heard someone whisper. It was faint. But when I heard it walking away from me, I finally felt like I could move, and I ran. I was trying to calm down, but I could hear it continue to pace. And then it kind of sounded like it came into the foyer, and I had to get out. but my brother listened to it. He heard the whispering, and he's gonna come Friday with some ministers from his church, and he said he's gonna sprinkle some blessed water and do some prayers, but it doesn't matter. I'm moving out. I gotta disconnect from this. I hope he can calm things down, but I can't. After a year of this, I can't stay in the house anymore. And what happened this morning, I don't want to trust that it's not going to happen again. I don't know if my wife is in there, but his people seem stuck. They were all saying, "Help me." I'm sorry. Whew, I thought this was going to be easier. I showed him the video. Because I'd heard my hall walker again this morning, so I decided to grab my phone and go into the hallway and see if I could catch it. And I could hear it at the end of the hall, so I had the camera facing me, and I turned around so everyone could see over my shoulder, so you could hear how loud the walking is. Because from the living room, I don't know if everybody could hear it very well in that other video, but it was loud to me. Hey guys, my hall walker is back. I'm gonna go into the hallway and see if I can hear. Sounds like it's down at the end of the hallway. Right back there. Holy fuck. That felt like somebody's right standing behind me. Holy fuck. That was somebody right behind me. It felt like their face was right here. Like they were really tall. I was frozen. I couldn't move. Oh. What the fuck? That's not my wife. And that's not Miss Flower. That felt like somebody really tall.
Alright, things were quiet for the first day after opening the box until the first night, and as you can hear the refrigerator in the background going off, it's been going off almost constantly since then. It stops for about 5 minutes and then we'll go again for hours.
It's been screaming for hours now. And this
it's been going on since like the night we opened the box.
Since we opened the box. And this morning, my wrist was burning. It woke me up. It was burning bad enough to wake me up. And I saw this and I immediately woke him up.
When she showed me this, I thought, well, maybe she hit herself on the nightstand or something. But then I got to looking at, I don't know if it looks like 3 separate scratches here, but this to me looks almost like a thumb bruise, like a little kid grabbed her arm, like the thumb was here and 3 fingers there. I mean, you see how big my fingers are to those 3 little scratches. Look at that. Oh no.
It's still burning, so I don't know what it is.
My phone is acting weirder than hell right now. What the hell is going on? Oh my god. Okay, this light I just put in a few days ago. I've been doing some remodeling and adding some light and stuff to the house. But I was in the kitchen and I heard something in here, so I came in here and I noticed this light was swinging. So I watched it for a minute and it never slows down. So I grabbed my phone. This has been going almost 30 seconds now and it's still going the same momentum. What's causing that? Look at that. It just keeps rocking back and forth. That is weird, guys. Look at that. Over a minute and it's still. And I didn't grab my phone for probably 20 or 30 seconds before. Wow, it's still going. Wow, look at that. Over a minute and a half and it is still swinging.
The way he was crying made me remember when I was a kid. Like one time my mom beat me up after my brothers left me in school alone, even though that I was responsible for them finding my place after I acted smart and called them on the phone to locate me. And I was in the 1st grade. My brothers should have been the one nailed on a crucifix, not me. So I cried like this that day. If you had enough of people living in their haunted houses, well fella, I will make you puke today, and you will like it. Another one of these, and without context, and to make things worse, it is poor quality, and if you give me a couple more seconds, I will tell you about the audio, which sounded like it's being recorded using an ancient radio. And with that being said, an anonymous person was upstairs. I don't know if he also have a fake wife and an adopted children, because we start right away with him taking the last steps. Then he goes to the room where he assumed the noises are coming from, using his legs by the way for extra details, then opens the door and finds nothing. He goes in only to be trapped inside. Now don't be worried, I'm fine. I didn't get a heart attack from the shocking factor of the scene. And after all, he was still able to go outside very easily, only to go inside again to see the closet going crazy. Here you go.
Voici mon couloir. Voilà. Ma chambre. Non, limite. Voilà, ma chambre. Putain. Je sais pas ce qui se passe ici, mais ça m'énerve, quoi. Ta gueule. C'est quoi ça? chair de poule. C'est quoi ça? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? C'est quoi ce bordel dans la chambre là? Je me barre, faut que je me barre.
The problem is that I can hear stuff, but I can't determine what is or what exactly fell down. His identifications were so fantastic that I had to play a puzzle game while watching. You know, when you go to visit your grandma after a long time no see, and you get the whole family with you, only to sit there on a couch listening and staring at whatever you see for the next 2 hours or so. And then you feel like you want to go home, but yet you can't, so you get so bored you start slipping off of the couch. That's exactly the case with the doll in this one. The story in my introduction is very relatable because it happens with me all the time. Obviously, I don't slide on the ground because that would be awkward. But yeah, making such rituals isn't going to leave the doll innocent. They were created to be possessed. A group of Japanese investigators went to explore this possibly haunted house. The main actor and hero of the scene wears a mask to look cool and shit to attract the ladies out there. But believe me, buddy, I tried that before. I ended up with trans and gays. We wish it worked, but it doesn't. The only thing that works is what's hidden in your pocket. An old exhausted string in my case. Anyway, after capturing some orbs flying around, they did a knockoff Ouija session with paper and the smallest coin they could find, for a budget of course. When using the Ouija, you're supposed to just barely touch the pointer piece without putting any pressure that could cause it to move. Here they are also supposedly doing the same with the coin. But I saw so much pressure on the coin I heard some painful noises. They almost made a perforate in that table. So what happened during the Pippi session? Pippi stands for the thing they were doing, just like the Ouija. Anyway, the fan that was in a perfect position to fall down and you won't be able to see who did it. It just fell down and broke in tears. I mean, it just fell down and broke. After that, Imashi Takahashi felt guilty and isolated himself inside one of the rooms, only to be surrounded by some ninjas. No, by death they call orbs.
人の名前？
なんか映ってる、なんか映ってる。
ねえ。
早く、あ、消えた。
消えた？そっち鏡っすよ。
あ、まだいる。ほら、ほらほらほら、出てきた出てきた。
どういうこと？
ここなんていうの？ここ。ほら見て、私のカメラの画面。
全然わからん。
ほらほら、移動してる。あ、今一旦消えた。
見えてないやつ？
いや、画面で映っ。あ、出てきた。
左下？
違う。あっちの部屋。あ、消えた。
動いてる。
微妙に動いてるよね。
動いてるよ。 これ動いてる？
動いてます動いてます。
すっごいかすかに。
本当だ。
うん。
ほらほらほらほら。ほらほらほらほら。動かしてる？
俺動かしてない。
私も動かしてないよ。こういう風に中途半端に動いた時ってどうするんだろうね。
あ、でもあったな、こういうこと。それでも続けたな。
続けるの？
続けない。あ、これ指離しちゃいけないんだっけ？
そう。さんかどうか確かめた方がいいか。
ああ、ちょっと。
お子さんだったら、はい、お進みください。
うわ
はい、お進みください。
うわ
離しちゃったよね。しかも。
指離したよ、二人。
離した。
ちょっと待って待って待って。
折れてるよ。
本当だ。
折れるってことなの？
ちょっと待ってどうすればいい？
終わらせる？いった。どうやって終わるのこれ？
揺れてた？ずっと揺れてるか。その揺れるの止まんねえし。え？
今のはおごまさんだよね。
え？揺れてる？俺こっちもさ揺れてるんだけど、50の塔。揺れてる？
ここの鈴が鳴ったの。
これですか？
これ多分ビリビリって。
Call me stupid, but the girl's reaction when the fan fell down sounded so much like the Xbox sound when you turn it on. Like the Xbox 360 to be more exact. You can literally cut that out and add it to your next generation console's intro sound effect, and nobody will notice. At last, the Wind Master is back. The guy who always has to mention how there is no wind inside the place he is exploring to clarify the cause of the object's movement. Which makes me question where these places are. No matter where he explores, or what time of the year it is, there is always no wind. And this house in particular makes the problem more complicated to solve. Why is there a huge pile of rocks and dirt inside the rooms? And why there are holes inside the ground? Is that how the abandoned house on Mars actually looks like? We will never know. Now here he starts right away with the door moving, and then obviously starts talking about the wind theory. But that door is naughty. He did it several times. Alongside the doors moving and the knocking sounds, there isn't much really, except the last part. It also has something to do with one of the doors. That is a new gender for you to add to the LGBTQ+ community. Directuality.
كأنه في صوت طلع. الصوت اللي سمعته قبل شوي صوت لشبيه الحية. تذكرت المغامرة اللي مرة عملتها في جرش في الشتاء وطلعوا لي حيايا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. في صوت غريب قاعد بيطلع. يا رب انت الحامي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لسه ما بلشت المغامرة، بلشت الاحداث من اولها. يا رب انت الحافظ، احفظني يا رب، احميني. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لا البيت هذا ورب الكعبة مش. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا رب أنت الحامي. يا حبيبي. مع إنه ما في هوا نهائيا يا رفاقة الخير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصوت اجى من هون. شو الحجار والطمم هاي هون؟ في صوت غريب طلع. في صوت تخبيط. تبعين الأصوات اللي قاعدة بتطلع؟ كيف فتح هذا الباب وطلع صوت غريب جدا. بدي أسكره بإيدي هذا الباب، وإذا في جن بده ينبهني وأطلع من هذا المكان يفتح الباب. إذا في جن يفتح هذا الباب وينبهني ويخليني أطلع من هذا المكان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سمعت الصوت كمان مرة؟ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
If I was there and asked them to move the door, if they want me out, I will be out after I finish the question. Even before they do anything, they can send me footage of the door moving when I head home. I don't have to stay there any longer. A girl by the name of Tina. She was adopted by the Resch family after her mother left her in a hospital to buy some groceries and forgot the way back to that hospital. Tina was being bullied in school, especially after she was diagnosed as hyperactive, so she had to be placed on medication. Her schoolmates even once tightened her up and bullied her. Which, to be honest, and I'm not trying to make this look cool by any means, but back when I was a kid, my brother used to be hyperactive, and my aunt used to do something very similar to what these schoolmates did, which made me jealous back then, because I thought I deserved to be treated like shit for being over-energetic too. Even though I wasn't, but what can I say? I had the behave of an angel and the heart of a slave. Anyway, her teachers, before she was sent for private tutoring, they said that she once threw pencils and erasers, causing a scene. So they threw the blame on her because who else but Tina, right? Beautiful, so anyone can do whatever they want in class, but in the end I will be the one to be blamed because of my condition. It sounds like America. Long story short, turned out that she has some kind of a cursed energy. Because in the Resch house, whenever she is in the house, some weird shit happens. Like the clock analog spinning crazy. The microwave is microwaving by itself. The faucet cleaning the vegetables in the sink. The washing machine is machine washing without a single touch. Which sounds great on paper. I mean, who wouldn't want the house to do your job, if only they weren't overdoing them, and at the wrong time. Even the electricity guy couldn't understand what was happening.
Famille d'accueil chez John et Joan Resch, qu'ils adoptèrent bien qu'ils aient déjà 5 enfants à charge. C'était une petite fille très gaie, mais par moments elle piquait de violentes crises de nerfs et à l'âge de 8 ans, le médecin l'a mis sous calmant. Très vite, l'institutrice commença à se plaindre de Tina.
L'institutrice disait que Tina lançait des gommes, des stylos et ça commençait à poser des problèmes à l'école. Donc je lui ai demandé si elle avait vu Tina en train de le faire et elle m'a répondu que non, mais qu'elle était sûre que c'était Tina la coupable.
L'institutrice faisait toute une histoire pour me faire prendre mes médicaments. Elle me faisait sortir de la classe devant tout le monde au lieu de me les donner discrètement.
Les enfants de sa classe, voyant l'institutrice lui donner des médicaments, commencèrent à penser que Tina était folle et la situation devint vite invivable pour la fillette. Alors ses parents décidèrent de la retirer de l'école et de lui faire suivre une scolarité à domicile. Puis dès que Tina fut en âge de le faire, elle s'occupa avec sa mère des orphelins que ses parents recueillaient en attendant qu'ils trouvent une famille adoptive. Du fait qu'elle ne suivait pas de scolarité à l'extérieur, Tina n'avait pas d'amis et ne quittait jamais sa famille.
Asseyons-nous là, mon chéri. Et nous voilà servis. Je sais que c'est ce que tu préfères.
C'est un matin de mars 1984, alors que la vie suit paisiblement son cours chez les Resch, que vont se déclencher de curieux phénomènes. Pourtant, ce jour-là, tout semble tranquille et normal.
Les aiguilles se sont mises à tourner toutes seules très vite. La lumière de la cuisine s'est allumée. Je ne savais pas ce qui se passait. Tu as allumé la lumière?
Non, j'étais dans l'autre pièce.
Tu veux bien l'éteindre, s'il te plaît? Allez, tu vas marcher. Tina, tu veux arrêter ce petit jeu?
Au début, Madame Reich pense que Tina lui fait une farce. Mais la suite des événements va lui prouver qu'il n'en est rien.
J'ai décidé d'éteindre la télévision. Je l'ai fait, mais l'image et le son étaient encore là. Alors je l'ai débranché, mais ça a continué quand même.
Bientôt, tous les appareils électriques de la maison se mettent à fonctionner tout seuls. Et lorsque John Reich rentre de son travail, quelques heures plus tard, rien ne s'est encore arrêté.
John! Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici?
Je l'ai éteinte, mais ça continue.
Tu plaisantes, t'as essayé tous les boutons?
Oui, j'ai tout essayé. Je pense qu'il doit y avoir un problème électrique. Le broyeur s'allume, le micro-ondes s'allume.
John pense qu'il s'agit peut-être d'un problème d'électricité et décide d'appeler immédiatement l'électricien qui est un de leurs amis.
Il y avait une espèce de hurlement sur la ligne. Je n'avais jamais rien entendu de pareil. C'était si fort qu'il était impossible de parler dessus. On a été obligé d'interrompre notre conversation et d'attendre que ce hurlement diminue pour pouvoir recommencer à parler. C'était comme si on avait voulu nous empêcher de communiquer.
Tu penses que ça vient de là?
Oh, en tout cas, c'est là qu'il faut vérifier en premier. On va voir si les plombs sont...
L'électricien vérifie le compteur et constate que tout est apparemment normal.
Bon, il y avait un problème ce matin, mais ça a l'air d'aller maintenant.
Si ça se reproduit, tu me rappelles, n'hésite pas.
Bien sûr, merci beaucoup.
Y a pas de quoi.
Mais dès que Bruce passe la porte, l'étrange phénomène recommence.
Papa!
Bruce!
Bruce pense que c'est Tina qui leur fait une farce.
Il y a un interrupteur pour ça?
Oui, oui, juste là.
Bah, c'est allumé.
Bien sûr que c'est allumé.
Mais où est le problème? Si l'interrupteur marche, la lampe est allumée.
C'est ça le problème. Les interrupteurs et les lampes s'allument et s'éteignent tout seuls.
Ça fait ça tout seul?
Oui.
Tina...
Non, j'ai rien fait.
Arrête.
J'ai pas bougé, j'ai rien à voir avec tout ça.
D'accord, j'ai une idée. On va vérifier.
Pour être sûr qu'il ne s'agit pas d'un canular, Bruce va scotcher tous les interrupteurs du salon. Puis tout le monde attend pour voir si quelque chose se passe. Et soudain, alors que John et lui sont près d'un autre interrupteur...
Voyons ce qui se passe.
C'est allumé.
La lampe du hall.
Le scotch était parti, l'interrupteur était en sens contraire, et on n'a pas retrouvé le scotch. J'ai vu un phénomène que je ne pouvais pas expliquer, et je me suis creusé la tête. Oui, j'ai eu peur, je dois avouer que j'ai eu peur. Je n'avais pas peur pour ma vie, non, c'était pas ça, mais ce qui était effrayant, c'était de penser que quelque chose d'autre qu'une main humaine avait été capable de
For
faire
the big
ça.
brains in the comments, this isn't trying to show you the activity in real time, but rather mimic the activity they were told about. At least that's what I think, and the reason for why I didn't translate the video is because whoever put the French translation, he should have thought twice. At least lower the volume for the original speakers. Unlike the sweet cuddly security guard who fits TikTok standards we had earlier in this list, here is a prime example of how a security guard should act like. He should be tough, mad, and rude, screaming out loud like a maniac when something isn't right, shouting out some curses and F-bombs while speaking nonsense in French. So this dude, who I'm not sure who he is or where he works, heck, I'm not even sure if he actually exists. Anyway, he was showing us the proof that his house is haunted, cause the cabinets in his kitchen can't stand still, and from the look of the background of where he is sitting, I would suspect that he works at a hotel, a 2-star hotel, because a 5-star hotel won't allow him to speak out loud like that.
Putain, je l'ai. La porte du tiroir qui s'ouvre. C'est chez moi, c'est ma cuisine. Oui, je sais. Je sais, mon bébé, je vois tout, je suis en train de tout voir. Sors de la maison. Sors de la maison, bébé, sors. 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 Putain, j'y crois pas. Et ça, c'est chez moi. C'est chez moi. Mon Dieu Seigneur, je vais à l'agence demain.
So he is not home, and he is watching over his house while working. I wonder where else he installed cameras. You know, the last time I did something outside my job during a working shift, I got fired. A very friendly video blog with cool-ass music. Sounds very promising, and it's taking place in the woods for some lonely camping. Things are heating up here, I'm not joking. I smell something burning. Anyway, this YouTube camper from Indonesia went to the woods with his pet to camp, and after a very sweaty day and a lot of walking, he sat up the tent and went to get some sleep, and you're about to go sleep in a moment if I don't get to the bottom of the story. So here you go. He lays down with his sweaty shit, I can almost smell it, and then he starts hearing some noise coming from the outside. Something walking around him, touching his tent ever so gently, as if he was trying to do something dirty. Our friend Sami, that's what I will call him. Sami is like a grilled chicken inside there, waiting for the unknown. The first time he checks, he finds no one. Must have been some disabled animal who couldn't find his way around a woman. And actually, in the end, that's what it turned out to be. Not exactly, but I would say there is a high chance that it could be the case, or could just be someone hiding in that hairy gorilla-looking suit. Who knows?
Seandainya makhluk menunggu di sini, Jin kenapa tidak panik?
Hello? Anybody here? Hey. Hey, jangan kurang ajar dong. Oh shit. Holy shit, yo. Suaranya di sini. Mana kau? Guys. Ada suara di luar. Hewan atau orang? Kayaknya hewan. Soalnya jin gak mau bangun. Coba kita ceduk. Hoi, woi, apa ini? Hoi, Jin. Kau lihat apa tadi, Jin? Barusan, Jin. Kau lihat apa tadi barusan, Jin? Kau lihat gak, Jin? Hah? Kayaknya nganuin makanan ini, Jin. Jin. Yeah. Go.
For a second, I thought his pet had died. Like the way he was sleeping, I thought that's the case, and I won't blame him if he did die, because from all that sweat, and from the look of fear this kid had, I'm telling you, that animal didn't run for nothing. He smelled like he couldn't. The amount of gas that was stored inside that tent. The shortest video on Earth. Well, in fact, this clip wasn't supposed to make it here, just like what doctors tell their patients, but somehow, this clip makes it to the list miraculously, due to a copyright issue on the original 15th clip. So what is it? A baby, and no, he didn't investigate a haunted house, but his plushie was taken away from him. How scary. For those who will say there is a string attached to the plushie's ass, it's actually not. Because that is a condom right there. I mean, there is a label, so it might trick you to believe that it's attached. That doesn't mean that it's real. It could be fake. But that still doesn't mean it's fake. It means shit. But you know what means a lot. Giving a subscribe, especially that I had to go back and edit the video.